it was a tough time because living in China, that
I
means
was about to ask, like, what was that experience like?
it was tough but adventurous.
Tough in what way?
Tough food. Oh my. The food.
You missed food.
I tasted food with sugar. Oh my. Who does that? Why do you have to put sugar in food, in sauce?
Sweet and sour.
Yes. That happened. And I remember even the day we arrived, I was so tired. We actually locked myself in my apartment and slept. The people that I had come with thought she passed out because I slept the entire time through. I even missed dinner. They just packed it for me. And tasting it tastes like sugar. That time the sun, it was too hot. For me, the hardest, even the language, Chinese don't speak English. Oh my, but it was adventurous, those parks, the people.
And just being exposed to a completely different culture.
Different life. And of course, no kulinya kunyonyi. Taking the plane, you know, boarding the plane. At that time, I was like, wow, like Azawi, like, who knew? Okay. So I was there, I came back with my money. What I did, I bought a few things for mommy and my siblings. I came back, I paid for senior 6, those 2 terms, because the guy was, the HM was like, you're going to leave my school, but you have to make sure that you pay for those terms you have not been here.
What?
Yes.
So you had to pay for them?
Yes, I did pay for them. Of course, I had some money.
Yeah,
you
made your dollars.
I made my dollars. So I paid. So in the vacation, senior 6 vacation, another Chinese deal came in. Yes. I told mommy, no, mommy, I'm going back. I'm not staying here because I had all that holiday to do whatever I want to do. So I went back. I made more money. I bought myself a new phone. Life was starting, like, you know, to get momentum, like change. I came back. I paid for my tuition for the first semester. And of course, I have to be so grateful to my sister, like, because we just only share the same mom, but she's been like a mother to me. Like, she's been there all that time. Harriet Nakais, I love you so much, sis. She made sure, like, okay, you've come back, you've made that money, but in case you need anything, tell me. And what you have to know, she wasn't also doing so well. She was just also trying, like, you know, Okfisa, like the little she had made to make sure that her mom's kids also have a life, go to school. So I went to school, I studied, I went to campus, I studied a Bachelor's of Commerce. That is the craziest course I've ever studied. Oh my. The mathematics, I thought I had escaped math, but I found that thing there. Accounting, okay, accounting was okay. That was my thing. Actually, the main reason that's why I did that course was accounting, and I majored in accounting. But there were certain courses that were really hard. Public sector, oh my, reading auditing, reading Mateka, reading law, business law. But I managed. I managed, and I graduated.
You were determined.
Yes. Yeah, I was so determined. And there's a way that life appeared to be hard. Okay, right now, I feel like it was hard, but I didn't see it then.
Okay.
You understand what I'm trying to say? Because right now, when I look back, I was like, oh my, that life was really a hassle. But then it happened. Actually, even coming back from China the second time, Mom had, because after Daddy's death, Mom started like a small car restaurant.
Okay.
So I would, while I was at campus, I would go study and then we'd come back and vend the food in Nankulabi. Actually, if you go on that street, Nankulabi, from, they called it Skusira, from the roundabout to Chase Johnson, they know Mwalawa Mkadeli.
So all from up there where the traffic lights are now?
Yeah.
All the way down?
Yeah. Vending food, taking food, because we didn't have like enough money like to rent a place, like a full restaurant. So Mom would just cook from home and we just take the food wherever the customer was. So I could help her with that. we did that because she started after Dad's death. She started it when I was in senior 4. So there were the few things that we're doing, but it wasn't like, you know, giving in enough, but it was sustaining because, you know, there's food we can eat and also cater for rent. So we were just there surviving with her. And the good thing I love about Mom, like, she used to talk to me like I was a grown-up, you know? Like we could have a conversation, you know what, kati amanyi zawedde tugenda kukola bwe tuti ne bwe tuti. We've got this money, now we have to do this. Today the customers have not paid. Tomorrow what are we going to do? And she could even listen to me like, you know what, Mom, tomorrow you're not giving any debts. Whoever is going to ask for food has to pay, because if they don't pay, then we won't be able to get money to, you know, to buy things to cook. So she would listen to me, and we were like friends. And Mom, she's really so special to me. So all that life, coming back from China, going to university. Actually, even when I went to university, I was like, you know what, I think I should really go hard with the writing. Actually, even coming back.
To ask, like, while you were at uni, you must have been doing something.
Yeah,
else.
You could think. Yeah, you could think. You keep your songs. I had that is why I actually even bought a smartphone, because I'm a person that likes melodies. If a melody is nice, and it runs out of your brain, you can never catch it. But you can always think of words. Like, words can never, you can replace
so you have to capture it straight
the
away.
melody. So I bought that smartphone to be able to record. If I feel like this melody sounds good, I could record it and keep them in my phone. There were a couple of them. So when I came back, we could just listen and find words slowly, and by the time you realize it's a full song. So when we were in China, a friend of mine, a guy has been so much in my life. I don't know. Could do a documentary.
Yes.
Yeah.
We shall definitely.
So he had a friend who had a girlfriend that wanted to start a band.
Okay.
So when they came back, they're like, okay, there's Azawi, we've been hearing that you sing, you write songs. There's a friend of mine who wants to start a band. Could you join? I'm like, yes, I'm all in. There was also another experience. So we came back, because they also made some money when they were abroad. They came back, bought band machines. So they started the band.
So you were part of a band?
Yes.
Okay.
I was part of it coming from China. So we did.
What was the name of the band?
By then it was called Zavga, but right now it's Kama Band.
Okay.
Yeah. So we joined the band, and I remember the first payment we used to get was 7,000 a show.
7,000 shillings.
Yeah. And where we used to perform from, they used to sell, how do they call importer in English?
Nile perch.
The Nile perch. I could just get that command, take it to the Nile perch guy. All my Saturday was spent on that. I didn't make any money, but the experience, meeting new people, performing on stage, that was it for me. I didn't mind about the money. If I've had my Nile patch, performed on stage, expressed myself, that was it. Even the band guys were really so friendly. Like, we had that brotherhood. For me, that is why I loved that band. At some point, it wasn't even about the money. So we were there, we performed, I grew. Because when you're in band, it's a different experience there. It is totally a different. You learn how to engage the audience, how to control the band, how to communicate with the people. So that is why when I step,
music is like the best training ground.
Yeah,
and you come from the dance troupe.
Yeah.
You've actually been doing that.
Yes.
Even in China.
Yes. Like, you see the journey, like every part has been fundamental to what I am today.
Yeah.
So we were in band. That is why when I actually did the roster rhyme performance, people were like, what? Well, for me, it wasn't like too much. I was like, why are people overreacting over this? But I could understand. To them, it was something new. Like, they've never seen a new artist who can,
can engage and own the stage.
But it was because I had an experience in band. So being there in band, the boss, I don't know how he connected with Eddie Kenzo, but he just came in and told us, you know what, we're going to be doing Eddie Kenzo's 2016 show.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, that is nice. So we started going for rehearsals. I met Eddie from there. So at some point, he did a song, and he was like, hey, backups, you come and back me up. So I went to the studio, and he told me they didn't know that I could write. They just saw me as a backup artist. So he was like, what can you juggle in the song? Like,
imagine coming home to a vacation each day, to a place of pure serenity, a place of pure luxury for you to entertain and unwind. At Jacana Heights, dreams come true. Take your pick from spacious 1, 2, or 3-bedroom apartments and luxurious 4-bedroom penthouses, built to international standards with fine, exceptional finishing. Located on Konge Hill, Buziga, with incredible views and a fresh breeze from the nearby Lake Victoria. It's a place for your body, soul, and mind with a wide array of amenities. Contact us for more information. Jacana Heights, luxury hilltop living.
Saw me as a backup artist. So he was like, what can you juggle in the song? Like, juggling is like freestyling, something simple. I did something, and he was like, wow, do you write? And I was, yes, I write. I even have my own music. And I showed him a few songs that I had written. You know, I could write my songs, go to the studio, NIC, that guy used to like record me. Like, anytime you get the money, you come and pay me. So we had that arrangement. When I make money, I go, I pay. So when I don't make, he still accepts me, because every time, he knew that every time I went to studio, I could grow myself. And at some point I was like, why don't we get a person to manage us? And you know, you be the producer, I'm the artist. And I was like, it's not easy, but just keep on doing your thing. People will come in.
So you'd already thought about
Yes, I thought.
it, about where you are now.
Yeah, yes. I was thinking of it, but I wasn't sure if it ever happened. It was, you know, just be there thinking of something. So what part did I stop at?
So you asked him if you could, you know,
Yeah.
if
So
he could produce you.
So I gave him the music, and there is a song. It was called "Fishing." How did it go? You're fishing my heart, baby. You're fishing my heart. Dum, da 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 da. He loved the song. They bought the song right there and then, and they were like, you can come and record with our producer Hussein anytime you feel like. This is now your home. You can, because they knew now I was a talented person, and he actually introduced me to a couple of artists, Lydia Jasmine. I got to meet Nina Rose. I wrote for those people.
So that's when you started writing music for them.
Yeah. So that is how I even get to meet Hussein. Through him. And actually we had a very, very close relationship with his manager, Beta. He was really a calm guy. Is this guy where you come when you're yelling, shouting? It's like, what is the problem? Calm down. And I love
and
that.
then you
over
calm down as
like,
well.
There's a way he could cool you down with his tone. So we started doing a few songs while he was there, but then I disappeared at some point because I felt like I had to finish university. So, and my course was 4 years. So in the second year, I was like, let me take this music thing slow, and I finish my education, then we see where to go after that. So he left a big talent and made his own studio. That is when I was in my 4th year at campus. And he called me and he's like, hey, Zed, Jangu, I made my studio, you come and check it out. So I came. I found that Queen Amino beat playing.
Okay.
Yes. He's like, can you sing something on it? He had given it to a couple of artists, but I think he hadn't found what he wanted. So remember, I've taken time without recording. I'd given myself something like 2 years. I recorded this song. He came in and was like, I love that. I love that. I'm like, okay, music, we just make this music, but it's not going anywhere. What is the point of making this music? It was like, calm down, don't worry. I'm going to look for a what? A buyer. But he first asked me, who do you think can sing this song perfectly? I'm like, Winnie Nwaji. Like, Winnie Nwaji can do that song really well. So he was like, can you approach them? I told him, because I had an experience of finding it so hard to get to management. You know, when you're nobody, nobody gives you attention.
It's kind of like
you call
the wall you have to climb over.
Yeah, you call, they don't pick up. So I told him, you know what? If Winnie Nwaji is a Swangs artist, and I think you've already made a name for yourself, when you just text Julius, well, what is Kusem trying to say to me? So I think you should do it.
Okay.
I think you should do it. So Kusem gave the song to Julius. I think Julius got obsessed with the song.
So that's how your relationship with Swangs Avenue started from there?
Yes.
Wow.
So he was like, he asked him, because we went back and, you know, we talked about it, and he's like, you know, the guy asked me for your contact. He's asking, who wrote the song? Should I give him? I'm like, yeah, fine. Julius, Swangs Avenue, why not?
Yes.
Come on, do it.
Please.
Yes, do it. So now, I'm understanding now, I'm starting to make relations with really big people. I see myself taking a big step and growing.
Yes.
So he reached out and like, I love your song. This is really a nice song. Do you write your own songs? I'm like, yes, I do, and I sang it myself. I said, do you have other couple of songs you would, so that anytime you feel like we want songs, we can run to you? And I was like, yes. But in actual sense, I had songs, but not the Swangs quality. You understand the point? So I had to go back and write. But there was a point where there was some space of silence, like we could take time without talking. And like, is he really still interested? So at some point I felt like, oh my, maybe this guy, you know, got another
someone
plan.
else that he's focused on.
So the songs I had recorded was Repeat It, Love It, and there was some other, there's even Binyumira. As the songs on the, you see on the EP.
On your EP.
Yes. I'm like, okay, let me find someone else. Actually, I had found someone who was going to give me 300 per song. And I was pleading for that 300. Can you imagine? But then at that point, when I'm trying to engage another buyer, he comes in. Like, oh, I've been so busy. Because I think by that time they were working with Kanye West.
Okay.
Yeah, they were really busy with that program. I was like, we have been so busy, but of course, I've been thinking about you. Yes, I saw your songs you sent, and I think you should come to, we're going to meet and talk. And then I called Kusem, I'm like, oh my, I think we're going to make some money.
It happened.
It has happened. The guy, I think,
imagine you're thinking about making money. Yes, it was the start of the next chapter in your life.
So I was like, okay, can you come and we meet on Monday? I went there on Monday. We had to meet like at 3, but he was busy in some meeting. So after some time, I went in. But before it happening, Kusem told me, I heard Swangs is looking for new artists. You can be so surprised. I'm like, wow, lady, don't excite me. Lady. It's again. So I go in the office. Then enters, and they're like, how old are you? Are you in school? But remember, giving them those songs, I was done with campus, waiting for just graduation. Done. Yeah.
Timing was just
perfect,
perfect, right?
Yes.